Hey guys, this is Ray Chen here again from Your Home Sold Realty. So today I want to talk about my money lost in the bank. So let me tell you a short story. So a couple years ago, I have some money that was sitting in the bank, and I didn't do any investment with it. And I noticed that the money that was in the bank, it's not growing. It's shrinking. Hello, Chenxi. And the reason being that my money was shrinking is that first of all there's inflation, right? And then as long as the money is in the bank, it's gonna be spent, right? It's not gonna grow. That's for sure. So then I realized that you cannot have your money, sitting in the bank because it's not doing anything for you, right? So you need to have the money to make more money. It has to multiply, right? And the most secure way and the most sure way to have your money multiply more money is by investing in real estate. Then I realized that after I put the money go into buying real estate, so I bought a house, and I bought a house for around $600,000, and I spent some money to remodel it, and suddenly the home is worth more than $800,000. So right there, there's a $200,000 increase in my money, right? Versus if I had set the money in the bank, then it would just dwindle down to nothing. So the first thing I want to talk about is the perfect return. People, I'm sure there's a lot of people like me before, having the money set in the bank, they don't want to do anything with it because they're afraid that they make the wrong investment, right? So they want to look for the investment with the highest return, but there's no such thing, right? If you don't invest it, if you keep it in the bank, it's going to dwindle down to nothing while you're waiting for the perfect return, right? But if you had invest that money, for example, into real estate, and for one thing, it's not going to become nothing, the value, right? And another thing is that most likely it's going to grow in its net worth, right? And although this real estate that you purchase may not have the highest return, but you still have the money from that real estate to invest in more properties or other type of investment vehicle, right? So the next thing I want to talk about is the perfect investment. So a lot of people, they've been postponing investing their money. Is they're waiting for the perfect investment. They're waiting for and they're deciding what type of property I should buy. Should I buy a warehouse? Should I buy single family? Should I buy duplex? Should I buy fourplex? They just couldn't decide, right? And while they're debating on what type of property to invest, the money sitting in the bank also dwindling down to nothing. So instead of deciding, what type of property to buy, just buy it. Just buy anything that you think is going to keep value, right? So, for example, there's people that say, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy." They have strict investment philosophy. They say, "Oh, I'm not gonna buy single family. I'm only gonna buy multi-unit." But the problem is for the multi-unit, there's not that many selection on the market, and hence it's kind of difficult to get a good deal, right? Because you don't have that much inventory. It's a simple economic rule of supply and demand, right? And some people, so for example, if people that only wanted to invest in multifamily, then they're missing out on investing in single family, right? Single family, there's so many more options for you to pick from, right? And they're on the market, homes for sale on the market, right? So the lesson is, don't be just be more open-minded, as far as what type of property to invest in. As long as keep value and as long as you think there's a good potential, then just buy it. It doesn't matter, single family, duplex, doesn't really matter. But of course, as your experience grows and as you become better at it, at the game of investing, then you can then you have more strict rules, and then where you also have more resource to find more property, right? So in the beginning, just to get it started, just invest in anything that's gonna keep value, right? The lesson is investing in anything in real estate is better than putting the money in the bank. And also the perfect timing. There's no such thing as perfect timing. Some people say, "Oh, I want to wait until the market comes down," but that just doesn't work, because if you're waiting for the market to come down, again, the money sitting in the bank is going to dwindle down to nothing, and your money is not growing. But if whenever you have money, just invest in property. Whenever you have money, just invest in property. Then those money is gonna grow, and you're gonna end up having more money to invest in more property instead of waiting for the right timing to buy property, right? And another concern people have is, should I buy should I buy property nearby my area, or should I buy property in the outer state that's cheaper? Doesn't matter, right? If you buy property, I know there's different school of thought. Some people they say only invest the real estate you can touch, or some other people say you should invest where that you can generate the best return. Doesn't matter. Both ways okay. Both way, either invest far away or close by, have their plus and minuses. If we invest close by, the good thing is, for example, for people in California, it's easier for you to manage, right? But the problem is you're not going to get as high of a return, right? But it may appreciate more because the way California market is. But if you invest far away, the good is that you get a higher return. The bad is a little bit hard to manage. But if you invest far outstate, with the same amount of money, you can potentially buy much more real estate, and then you can hire the right management company to manage for you, right? So the key, if you invest out of state, is to find the right management company. So there's no either or. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. It just depending on what you want to do. But do not let these choices, keep you from making an investment. So I just went through all this, ideologies people been thinking in their mind that's keeping them from investing their money, and just seeing the money dwindle down to nothing in the bank. Right. Another thing is that people think about, landlording is just so hard. It's just people hearing those horrible stories of repairing the toilet in the middle of the night, and because of that, people just don't do it. That's so stupid, right? You just look at all the richest people on the planet, right? Many richest people on the planet become rich because they're a landlord. Right. For example, the owner of Lakers, the Sterling, the guy he became rich by investing in apartment. For example, the Irvine company, all these biggest company in America, they became rich by becoming a landlord. There's a way to manage it, right? You can get company or management company to help you do it. The fees like what, 5%, 6%. You don't have to clean the toilet, right? So just a thought about so the lesson is, if you can invest, you don't even have to have a lot of money to start investing in real estate, right? Because you can get a loan, right? That's another great thing. You cannot get a loan to buy a stock market, right? So why is that? It tells you that tells you real estate is much safer than stock, right? So as long as you have 20%, sometimes maybe 10%, or even FHA, 3%, or if you're a veteran, you can get a VA loan for 0%, right? So money should never be a reason that keeps you from investing in real estate. And even more so is that the less money you have, the more you need to invest in real estate now, because as soon as you get started, then you can start on your journey to your financial independence, to wealth, to your financial success. Okay, this is Ray Chen from your Home Soul Realty. I'll see you guys next time.